In 1936, newspaper mogul William Randolph Hearst's empire of newspapers began printing yellow journalism, the 20th century's version of fake news. This media misrepresentation deliberately demonized marijuana and connected its uses with violent crimes.
The effect was enormous. In the same year, a film was produced called Reefer Madness. This film featured a trio of drug dealers leading innocent teenagers to become addicted to reefer cigarettes by holding wild parties with jazz music. In one of the storylines from a film, a boy kills his entire family with an axe, all due to the Reefer Madness. Public outrage snowballed into widespread panic, causing negative attitudes about cannabis. Soon, there was official government posters warning, murder, insanity, death. Police officers stated that marijuana created a lust for blood and gave users superhuman strength. The entire country had become terrified of a plant. So where's the conspiracy? Well, Hearst had huge investments in the timber industry, but hemp was both cheaper and stronger than paper pulp.
In 1937, just 1 year later, after considerable media-fueled or perhaps media-created moral panic, the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 was passed. The act made the possession and transfer of cannabis products illegal in the United States under federal law. At this time, all classified forms of cannabis, including hemp, were deemed Schedule I drugs.
There are arguments against the notion that a conspiracy causes drugs to be made illegal. However, it is undeniable that there was a network of vested interests which very conveniently closed in on marijuana and, by extension, the hemp industry. Good afternoon. We represent the Clearcreek FFA chapter, and today we are here to speak with you about the future of industrial hemp production in the United States and how the fake news of the 1930s continues to affect the legal use of this plant in our country and around the world. Though the cannabis plant hemp has been on the earth for thousands of years, hemp growing has made a recent comeback for economic and environmental purposes. Hemp has been viewed negatively in society because it is closely related to marijuana, and marijuana is classified as a Schedule I drug. However, research has proved that hemp and marijuana are not the same plant and have different tetrahydrocannabinol or THC levels. THC is the principal psychoactive constituent of cannabis that creates the high. Farmers throughout the country have been given the opportunity to grow hemp due to the passage of the 2018 Farm Bill, legalizing the growing of hemp in all 50 states. The Farm Bill confirmed the legalization of hemp, including the cultivation, transport, and sale of it. To ensure that hemp cannot share the same psychoactive properties as marijuana, the federal government said that hemp plants cannot be harvested if they have a THC level of more than 0.3%. However, with its similarities and appearance to marijuana, hemp faces continued discrimination as a viable industrial product. Today, we unfold on a scene between a consumer and an environmentalist at a local Earth Day activity. The environmentalist is staffing a booth promoting industrial hemp production, and the consumer is a concerned wife and mother.
Good afternoon. Thanks for stopping at our booth. I am a communications specialist for the Environmental Defense Fund, an environmental agency dedicated to finding sustainable solutions to help promote a more sustainable world. Would you like to hear about the benefits of industrial hemp?
Absolutely not. Why do you think it's okay to be promoting a product with THC in it? As a mother, I'm concerned about the access to marijuana by our youth, and adding hemp as an agricultural product just makes marijuana more accessible. Marijuana and hemp varieties are virtually indistinguishable by appearance, although there are key morphological differences commonly observed between the THC content. A study of 97 cannabis strains found that chemical analysis of the THC content was the only way to distinguish between marijuana and hemp varieties. Unlike hemp, marijuana typically has a THC content of 15 to 25%. It would be very easy for a grower to have illegal hemp marijuana next to hemp plants and further flood the market with this dangerous drug. And law enforcement officials around the country say they don't have the test that can accurately differentiate between legal hemp and illegal marijuana. I don't want my children anywhere near a product with THC in it.
I understand your concerns. However, according to an article in the Chicago Tribune, hemp is not the same as marijuana. Hemp has such low levels of THC that it is considered non-psychoactive. Thus, it cannot produce a high like marijuana can. Additionally, the 2018 Farm Bill states that hemp plants cannot be harvested if they have a THC level of more than 0.3%. And hemp has so many environmental benefits. Hemp offers many different uses that can help promote a more sustainable world. Hemp products can be recycled, reused, and are 100% biodegradable. Hemp also has the power to reduce global warming because it takes out large amounts of carbon dioxide per acre, more than most plants. And industrial hemp is also a very robust and competitive that will outcompete a lot of weeds. This basically means that hemp collects carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and makes the air we breathe much cleaner.
I'm in favor of sustainability and finding ways to protect our air and water quality, but my number one concern and priority is protecting the health and well-being of my children. And the growing of industrial hemp that could lead to the production of illegal marijuana is something that I'm completely against. A 2019 New York Times article states that there's a quirk in the chemistry of hemp plants that can cause them to overproduce THC when stressed by lack of irrigation. One New York farmer was forced to destroy 2,000 pounds and nearly $10,000 worth of industrial hemp because it had produced too much THC. How many other fields of hemp are accidentally overproducing THC and have not yet been destroyed and pollute our society as illegal marijuana? The inconsistencies in the product and lack of accurate testing to ensure the product to be clean are too problematic for me to support industrial hemp at this time.
Fortunately, according to a study conducted by North Carolina Cooperative Extension, states that less than 10% of hemp fields are going hot. So the chances of this product turning into illegal marijuana is really quite small. And those chances are not enough to stop promoting hemp for its positive environmental benefits. In addition to improved air quality, hemp could save our planet from deforestation. It is believed that within 100 years, there will be no rainforest at all. Hemp could be the answer to that problem. While trees take years to mature, hemp can be grown in just 4 months. Therefore, this plant could replace trees as a source of raw material for paper, textiles, rope, or even concrete. Hemp can also be used to make biodiesel fuel and animal feed. Hemp plastic or bioplastic is also another promising product for our future. They are lightweight, biodegradable, and can replace many oil-based plastics. A normal plastic bottle takes up to 1,000 years to decompose, whereas a plastic bottle made of hemp takes only 3 to 6 months to decompose.
We just heard our local environmentalist and concerned mother voice their viewpoints. While our consumer is justified in her concerns about the safety of the hemp being grown in her community, the environmentalist also has valid points about the positive effects of hemp production and how it could benefit our environment. This conversation, however, goes beyond the local setting. Our next scene is set at an annual Ohio Farm Bureau meeting. Our speaker for the day is an economist representing the Ohio State University, and the other is an apprehensive law enforcement officer.
Thank you all for attending our session on industrial hemp production in Ohio. I'm excited to share with you, our potential growers, the economic possibilities associated with growing hemp. As an economist, I've had the chance to study the financial benefits of hemp. Hemp is a sustainable crop for our environment. Farmers growing this crop will have an increase in margin value and less worries about low yield production. Farmers have the chance to earn up to 40 times more growing hemp than growing corn, which is the #1 crop in the U.S. According to the USDA, studies have also shown that CBD oil could potentially lead to revenue over $40,000 per acre compared to less than $1,000 per acre of corn. With that being said, corn and other crops are more susceptible to crop failure without pesticides, and hemp is an aggressive plant that doesn't need pesticides to compete with weeds. This reduced use of pesticides will save the farmer time and money.
Dr. Perry, you make some very good points regarding how hemp can lead to economic growth, but there are a few problems with your argument. While it is predicted that 1 acre of hemp can be worth up to 40 times that of an acre of corn, that is based on the mainstream use of CBD. CBD is a non-intoxicating cannabinoid found in cannabis, claiming many health benefits. However, as a law enforcement officer with the Drug Enforcement Administration, I have been involved in the raiding of health food stores across Ohio that carry illegal products with CBD oil. You also stated that if farmers grow hemp, they will not have to worry about low yields. However, they will have additional concerns regarding fields negatively stressed by poor growing conditions, going hot, and THC levels becoming too high. If the THC level of a tested plant is more than 0.3%, the whole field has to be destroyed by a team of law enforcement officers like myself, thus resulting in a huge economic loss for the farmer.
Officer Sam, you have listed some challenges facing industrial hemp, but the potential economic and health benefits from the use in hemp products and making CBD products far outweigh the concerns. CBD is an appealing option for those who are looking for relief from pain and other symptoms without the mind-altering effects of marijuana or certain pharmaceutical drugs. The 5 main uses of CBD are for relieving pain, reducing anxiety and depression, reducing acne, alleviating cancer-related symptoms, and increasing heart health, according to Healthline. With the increase of anxiety and depression nationwide, sales data provided by Statista shows that U.S. consumer sales of CBD will reach around $1.8 billion by 2022. This is a massive increase of about $500 million from 2018. With consumers embracing the trends and trends expecting an increase in sales, it is economically beneficial for farmers who are growing traditional crops like corn and soybeans to consider venturing into industrial hemp production. Thank you all for attending our session and learning about the economic possibilities associated with growing hemp. I will now turn over to Officer Sam for any closing remarks.
Thank you. Dr. Perry, your numbers showing the income for industrial hemp and CBD products is enticing. However, as a law enforcement officer, our citizens and communities are my number one priority. I'm worried about the economic impact on our communities as we enforce laws pertaining to marijuana and hemp production. In Utah, a driver transporting hemp was arrested on suspicion of marijuana trafficking. And in New York, a farmer was surrounded by state troopers and questioned for hours while attempting to load bales of hemp on the edge of his farm. In these situations, it's difficult to know how to proceed as legal hemp and illegal marijuana plants look identical, and the tests available to law enforcement officers in the field only test for the presence of THC, not its level of toxicity. These added issues regarding legal hemp and illegal marijuana laws add to the economic burden on our communities.
We just heard from a respected economist who believes in the economic value of industrial hemp production and a law enforcement officer who is concerned about the safety of citizens as industrial hemp and CBD products flood the market while trying to enforce drug laws associated with illegal marijuana. Today, we looked at the pros of industrial hemp, which include increased environmental and health benefits. Industrial hemp has the potential as a renewable resource to positively impact our environment by improving air quality, reducing the need for timber, and replacing oil-based plastics. CBD products also have the potential for numerous health benefits and are a promising economic venture for farmers wanting to diversify. We also explored the cons of industrial hemp production, which includes concerns by citizens about the limited testing available and economic concerns from law enforcement officers worried about the time and cost of enforcing industrial hemp and illegal marijuana laws.
As an environmentalist, I believe industrial hemp can help save our planet by providing a renewable resource that will make production of our products more sustainable. It is time to end the era of fake news surrounding hemp.
As a mother in the 21st century, I'm well aware of the ridiculousness of the 1936 film Reefer Madness. However, drug-related crimes in our communities are rising, and keeping my children safe from potential drug risk is my top priority. As an economist, I see the potential for great economic growth surrounding the production of industrial hemp that William Randolph Hearst did not capitalize on in the 1930s. The opportunities for our farmers and economy are extraordinary, with the prediction of hemp product sales in the billions.
As a law enforcement officer, I realize the vast difference between keeping our citizens safe since the passage of the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 more than 80 years ago. The limited testing capabilities and identical look of the hemp and marijuana plants provide additional challenges and risks for law enforcement agencies.
Thank you all for sharing your thoughts so we may better understand the debate. While there are major benefits and concerns associated with the production of industrial hemp that was legalized by the passing of the 2018 Farm Bill, this conversation that took place here today gave us, as environmentalists, consumers, economists, and local law enforcement officers, a more encompassing view on the issue. The Clearcreek FFA chapter would like to thank you for your time.